In Desire2Learn's quiz tool, you can make quizzes or exams that present questions to students in random order. You can also have D2L present different questions to each student drawn from a bigger bank of possible questions. In this way, a single D2L quiz can present a different quiz to each student. In order to create a randomized quiz, I need to build or gather my questions within the question library. From there, questions can be installed within any of my existing or new quizzes or exams in this course. So within the main screen of the Quizzes tool, I select Question Library on the upper left. In other tutorial videos, we show you how to build questions, but here I have assembled a set of questions for a quiz within a section of my question library. I'd like most of these questions to be delivered to students at random, but one, my Supreme Court question, I'd like every student to attempt. Now that I know my questions are here in this section, ready to go, it's time to go build the quiz. So I'm back out on the main screen of the Quizzes tool, and I'm looking at the Manage Quizzes section. Here is where the quizzes and exams I've built for my course are. Now I click New Quiz. This takes me into the utility necessary to build a new quiz with all the options covered in our introductory tutorial videos. For now, I'll simply give the quiz a name and then move directly to the Layout Questions section. Here I select Add Edit Questions. Right now the quiz is empty. I'll start by adding the question that I want all students to attempt to answer. To do that, I select Import to go get the question in my question library. Under Source Collection, I choose Question Library, and under Source Section, I choose the section therein where the question is stored. I click the box next to the question I want and click Save, and it's installed in the quiz. Next, I want to add the first of two sections that will draw questions in random order. To build the first, I click on the blue New button again and choose Random Section. I add a name to the section. Desire2Learn here does give me visibility options that are section specific. So if I want a message to appear at the top of this set of questions or to appear with each question, I can do that. Similarly, I can add an image to the section as well within the quiz. For now, I'll just click Save to create the section. In the same way, I'll add a second section that will give students one of two possible two-part questions worth 2 points each. To begin adding questions to my random section, I enter the first one and click Import to go get the questions from my question library. Under Source Section, I choose the section within the question library where my questions are. And then I click the box next to each question that I want to install in this section. If I wanted to install all the questions I had in the question library section in this quiz section, I'd simply click the box next to the section title. In this case, I only want 4 questions out of this question library section. I click Save, and Desire2Learn installs them in the random section of the quiz. Now that I've got some questions in my random section, 2 new options appear here. In questions per attempt, I'll select 3. This means that D2L will draw at random 3 of the 4 questions available for each student quiz attempt. This option makes it so that with larger assessments, say within 20 questions drawn from a bank of 40 questions, each student can receive a quiz that is quite different from another student's quiz. Desire2Learn by default put 1 point in for each question, and I'll leave it that way for this random section. Now before I click Done Editing Questions, which will take me back out to the quiz itself, I need to click Save so that Desire2Learn remembers what I put in for questions per attempt and any changes I may have made for points each. Now I'm ready to click Done Editing Questions and work on the rest of the quiz. So I have my quiz questions built into the quiz. Within the Layouts Questions tab screen, I can see the question that all students will receive, and then markers for my random sections, each indicating how many questions students will receive in each section. Choose 3 from 4, choose 1 from 2, and how much each question within each section will be worth, 1 point each or 2 points each in the case of my 2-part question option. I can immediately preview what this quiz will look like to students. The quiz preview, just like a real student attempt, draws from each of the 2 sections according to my instructions, and also includes a big multi-answer matching question that I want all students to attempt. Questions 2, 3, and 4 are 3 questions drawn from a bank of 4 possible questions. So if I load this preview again, I'll likely see the missing question taking the place of one of these, and the 3 will be in a different order. Question 5 is one of a pair of possible questions, each with 2 parts, so it's worth 2 points. If I load the preview again, I might see the other question appear instead.